Hey y'all, welcome back. My name is Jennifer. If you're new, welcome. And if you're back, I'm so excited that you guys are back because today we're going to talk about a Dior quint that I've been trying to do a video on for a while now, and I just yeah. This Dior Mirage palette, we're coming to you today with swatches, all the things. We're going to do eye swatches. We're going to do each eye. So like this shade on one eye and this shade on the other eye, so you can see if there are some differences or not. So if you want to see and hear about this quint, keep watching. All right, so let's get into just a quick overview. Just a quick overview. This is a Dior quint. This is the 699 Mirage. It's made in Italy. You receive 4 grams of product, approximately $63 in the US. It has a 6-month shelf life, and it is part of their summer Dune collection. So there were 2 palettes that came out with this, Mirage and Dune. So let's just compare, just for fun, you know, because that's what I like to do. All right, so here is a Dior quint. This has a 6-month shelf life. This is Poncho, okay? It has 7 grams of product. Your Mirage has 4. Just saying. This is 63. Limited edition. This is 62 US dollars. Now, you know, the packaging is exactly the same. Yeah, the packaging is exactly the same. It's the same width, and so it's the same width and the same length. But I assume the depth of the shades are less. Now, there are some differences in the formula that we're looking at. If you look at this, you can see some marbling in the palette compared to this one. It's very different. No marbling, just pigment, different finishes here. Yet there's marbling in three or 4 of the shadows. I played with it some, so it does differ a bit. All right, let's go ahead and play with this palette here. I want to show you a few of these side by side. I want to show you what they look like so that you can kind of get an idea. This palette is pretty, yet it's not very versatile. And the reason, I'm just going to start here as I'm talking. I'm going to start in that top left shade here. And the reason I say that, and I'm going in with this, is a 61 Scott Barnes. It's a unique brush. I love it, but I like it for all over shadows sometimes because it's dense enough, but you can just kind of sweep it over the lid like this. It's really cool. So you can kind of do that like this, and then you kind of get a wash of color over the lid, and it's super easy. Or you can use this in the crease, right? So if I wanted to kind of go like that, kind of deepen in the crease a bit, I can. Anywho's, back to the palette. I'm getting distracted. So like a one and done, really pretty natural sheen from this top left shade right here. So that's this top left shade. All right, I'm gonna wipe off my brush because I wanna use the same brush. I wipe my brushes on a microfiber towel, and that gets the pigment off. Next, we're gonna go in with this shade, which is kind of like the top left or top right shade. I'm getting my lefts and my rights confused. So top right shade. And so I'm going in that shade, and it looks different in the pan. And it looks, I mean, it looks a little different on the eye, but I mean, it's really hard to tell, guys. Like, it's, yeah. I mean, it's soft. This one is a little deeper, a little bit of more sheen right here. And this one is definitely very neutral on me. Very neutral. A little sheen, not much. I felt with the Swatches showed the sheen a bit more. I mean, it's a pretty, like, all over the lid shade. So that is that shade on the lid. And I kind of want to show you how these look swatched on the eyes, just to kind of give you an idea of how they look all over, and then we'll do a look or two, maybe one or two, depending. What do you think? Can you tell? Can you discern? Can you tell the difference? This one it's a tad deeper, but they're super sheer. Like, they're more sheer than not as pigmented, and they're just different. They're different than the other quints. So let me remove this, and then I will be back to show you the other three shades. Next up, we have the center shade. Now this is it has a little bit of a yellow tint to it, it seems. So I have been wearing this, as I said before, I have been wearing this quint for a while now. I've had it for a while, and I like it, but it's one I just don't love. I just wish there was a little bit more versatility to it. But if you're looking for something summery and really pretty, just one and done shades, then this may be the palette for you. I think with makeup in general, and I think I said this in my Dior Motto, that video, you know, a lot of these palettes are made for certain places, times, things like that. Every single palette may not suit every single person, depending on preference and what they want and things like that. But if you're looking for something that is super easy, super blendable, and the formula is there, guys. I mean, it's beautiful formula. But I mean, not a lot of the shades look very different. If we're just being, I mean, to the naked eye, like if I saw me and we were just chatting with me, I don't know where this is going, and and I was like, oh, do my eyes look different? I had a shadow. I don't think I'd be able to really tell if it was just me. Does that make sense? All right, I'm gonna stop talking. We're gonna go to the next shade. So this one here, we're gonna go in with, okay, now this one, y'all see this shade, how it's kind of marbled? This marbling, depending on where you put your brush, you're gonna get a different depth. I don't know, I don't like that. I'm not keen on that. Some people may like that, some people may not, but yeah, as I continue to use it, it's just, you don't know what you're going to get. So what I do is I go over the whole shade, but you can go, you know, you could go in this shade or up here, you know, depending on the depth or what you're looking for, which can be cool, but to me, I'm like, just give me the shade. I don't know, that's just me. All right, so we're gonna do this shade on this side, and I'm gonna show you if there is a difference with that shade. Now you can tell a little bit with this one. It is a little bit deeper. Yeah, a little deeper, right? A little bit more, like a little ruddy, more red. And I am like swirling my brush in this pigment, guys. So it is a lighter, it's just a lighter formula in general. Now you can tell the difference between these two, I believe. Yeah, you can tell a difference. Now that's a pretty shade. I really do like this shade. I don't like the marbling as much, but I think, you know, I can work with that. I thought it was such a cool idea, though, at first with the palette. And I thought that this one was going to be more versatile than it really is. But it's okay. I use it. I think it's pretty. I mean, that shade's really pretty. this shade. Yeah, right here. That is pretty. All right, and then we're gonna go in this one next. I'm gonna take off, I think, this eye so you can see like a difference between the two deepest ones on the bottom. One moment. And now, like I said before, we're gonna go in with this shade, and it does have that marbling as well. So, but this one's a little bit more, a little less marbly. I don't know. But then I go in and I put my brush in it, and the marble, see, look how much more marbly it is now. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Y'all know I'm not a big fan, but it's okay. So this shade, however, is really pretty, you guys. You know, it's so crazy because it's almost like, it's not a dud, but it's not my favorite one that they've come out yet with, color story wise. But the formula is beautiful. So you can definitely tell this is a little cooler and this one's warmer. So there are definitely differences in these bottom two shades here. Definitely, I think, a difference here, but these two shades up top, it's just, you know, one of those things that they aren't much different. Not enough difference for me personally. Some people may love it. If you have a different skin tone than me, then it may look totally different than you. It may pull a different tone or in something like that. So it just varies. You know, it's hard to say. But for me, and the things that I'm looking for in an eyeshadow quint, specifically from Dior, I'm looking for something a little bit more versatile. And I keep saying that, but I mean, that's just how I feel. I mean, yeah. I'm going to work with what we have here. I am going to continue with some shades and see how they layer. So for example, we're going to go in with this shade. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the center right here. And I'm just going over that. And I'm just using this is a BS Small brush. It's just an angled brush. It's a synthetic brush. These brushes I have gotten from Amazon, and they're pretty good, guys. I mean, the whole set is like $14, or it was when I purchased them. This is a great highlighting effect shade over my lid here. It's pretty. And then I'm going to take this shade, which is the one over this one. So these two, I feel like these two complement each other and these two complement each other. So let's do that. I'm actually going to take my finger with that. You see that shade here. And I'm going to go over the lid here. So it brightened this. This one's a warmer eye. This is a cooler eye. You can definitely see the difference when you're using the shades together. Next, I'm going to go in with the center shade, and I am going to use my finger again, but I'm going to pat this right here, just right here on the center, and brighten that center shade to brighten the middle. And then I'm going to take the same shade and brighten the middle here. Now, it didn't do too much here, but you can definitely see it here, which is quite interesting because this is definitely a cooler eye, and the initial look was deeper. So let's try to deepen. Now I'm just playing. So let's try to deepen this eye that we're working with here. See how deep we can get it from a pigmentation perspective. Now I'm just like, we're gonna play, guys. Wonder if I can really deepen this. And you know, this is kind of how deep I would wear an eyeshadow anyway, if I'm honest. So for me, this is very beautiful. I mean, that's pretty. I really like that. What do we think? It's so pretty, you guys. So pretty. And then let's try to deepen the other side. This brush, and I'm swirling it all over the pan, guys. This is a Katie Jane Hughes number 10. So it's kind of a bigger brush here. A little bit more surface area. And I'm wanting a little bit more of that kind of ruddy brownie color. Can we see it? I think I can see it. Yeah. Okay. That's really, really nice too. Okay. So a warm look, a cool look, yet they are still a summer look. I'm going to throw on some mascara and I will be right back. Okay, so this is the final eye look or looks with the Mirage palette. Guys, this mascara I've been trying, it's the YSL, the curler? Is it the curl? Look at this one. It's intense, isn't it? Let's see. Volume Effect Faux Sills, the curler. Yeah. It is really good. I like it a lot. And it dries and it's like, it stays. It doesn't go anywhere. It's really nice. I mean, look at my lashes. Isn't that crazy? Really good. I'm still trying it, so we'll see, but I'm liking it so far. What do you think of the eyes? What do you think? I'm really liking it. I am. Okay, so let's just talk about final, overview and thoughts of this Mirage palette. Now, this is, like I said, this is the brand new Dior Mirage. It's made in Italy, 4 grams of product. It's a little bit different than the 6 grams that we usually get from Dior, and 6 months shelf life. It's the Summer Dune palette, and it's $6.99 Mirage. All right, we saw swatches. There's some difference there, right? With the swatches, we saw swatches in the eyes. Does it look very different on me? Some do, some don't. But when we put the look together, they look different. One looks warm, one looks cool. You can build it up. A lot? Not really. Enough? Yes. What are my final thoughts? The formula is great. Formula is beautiful. It's a little different than the normal formula that you're used to or that I'm used to per se in the Dior Quints. It's different. Do I like the marbling? It looks cool. Is it functionally cool? No. It is what it is though. I like it. I don't love it. Is it pretty? Yes. Is it versatile? No. Is it, I mean, I can really only get 2 good looks, 2 different looks out of it, if that makes sense. Is it pretty for summer? Yeah. If you're interested in it, I think it's a good palette. I think the formula's great. I think it's, beautiful. Would I purchase it again? Probably not. I mean, there are just so many other Quints, palettes, all the things out there that I don't know. It's just not one that I would necessarily buy again or purchase again. So with that being said, I think it's good. I don't think it's great. I will use it specifically for summer. I think it's great for summer. I love the warm tones and kind of brings out my eyes on this side. And then this one's a little bit more cool, a little deeper, a little bit more sultry. Yet That's about it. I know, right? It's kind of okay. It's okay. It's just okay for me. So those are my final thoughts on the Mirage palette from Dior. I hope that this is helpful for y'all if you guys are looking at the various Dior quints. I love the Dior quints. I really do. I love overall. I think the Dior quints are such a fabulous formula. Really great. Like I said, I hope that this was helpful for y'all. I really appreciate you guys watching. I invite you to subscribe below. Would love to have you here. Tell me what you think about this quint. What are you thinking? Have you tried it? Do you like it? Do you think it's too similar? Or do you like that it's similar? I mean, we're all different. We all like different things. So, you know, it's all personal preference. In the end, it's all personal preference. It's just makeup. So, love to hear your thoughts below. Don't forget to like and comment, like I said, and I will leave my latest video right here, and I'll see you over there.